Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and today I'm here just to tell you that Fast Track makes a great weaponizer pack for Run Amok. Yep, that's his whole video, is just to say that while COG may be the gold standard of weaponizers, I think Fast Track is a solid number two, as it just works so well with Run Amok. No, actually, I'm kidding. As you can tell from the title card, we are going to take a look at the Target exclusive Runabout figure. Yep, I was able to get this figure off of eBay because it is apparently starting to show up in stores in central New Jersey and maybe in some of the boroughs of New York. At least that's what I've been told. I have no first-hand experience. As I just mentioned, this is a Target exclusive, so it will only be found in Target stores or on Target.com, where it is currently sold out. So let's just get Run Amok out of the way real quick and take a look at Runabout. Gonna make you scream and shout. Let's just come in ever so slightly, and as I suspected, yes, I do like this mold a lot better in black, and it looks so nice. Completely different head, and for whatever reason they've added in a additional weapon. Now let me just strip down Run Amok real quick so we can do a little bit of a comparison here and bring them in. And first of all, let's grab the guns here. This is the little laser pistol that came with Run Amok, and here is that same pistol. Now let me take a close look at these. Yeah, it looks like this was molded in the same black plastic, but then the top parts were painted red. But as you can see, it's the same pistol, just molded different, and you can peg them together, although I've come to sort of discover that this mold of the pistol doesn't receive well, because as you can see, you tend to want to like angle down, and you have to then physically straighten it out. What is new is the second pistol that Runabout comes with. Very nice. I do believe this is more in tune with an update to the pistol the original toy came with, and plugging these two together, you get this nice rifle. The repaint receives the new one much better than the other way around, and you can dual wheel, hold it like that. It doesn't look too bad in the hand. So why Run Amok didn't come with a second pistol, I don't know. These do retail for the same price, so you don't have like a bonus price or something like that. Let me straighten these guys up a little, just so you can we can do a little bit more comparison. I mean, really the big difference is going to be the heads and the general paint color. You can see that there's some missing detail here on the lights. But you do have red striping here on Runabout that's not present on Run Amok. And on Run Amok, you have that gold striping that's not used on Runabout. One thing I will notice is the lighter reddish plastic makes it a little bit easier to see the tech detail underneath, almost like there's like a Decepticon logo underneath there. And let's come in and take a look at the heads. You have the black and silver with that larger visor. A different molding here to the crest. This is more flat, square with like some curves around the front of the head and the faceplate. You do have some more protrusions here down by the chin. Overall, then you have, of course, a different colored... well, actually, are those eyes the same color? I think Runabout's eyes are a little darker shade of red than Run Amok's, but other than that, the chest is the same. Everything's really just the same. So what we will do is I will pause, and if you remember in the Run Amok review, which I'm sure a lot of you aren't, since not too many of you have watched it, I went from car to robot. So for Runabout, we will go from robot to car. Okay, start the transformation. You want to come in here and just flip the fists up. After you flip them up, rotate the arms inward so those little combat posts face outward. Next, what you can do is straighten the feet up and then peg them together. They are on a little bit of a slot system there, so they will just come together. Give yourself some room by, you want to maybe spread the arms out a little. Rotate that waist around, and then you're going to collapse the knees downward. There's a tab right where my thumbs are that will peg into slots on the inside of the shins. You'll hear a nice audible snap as they come together. This is a little bit easier to see on Run Amok because, you know, brighter colors, you know, you can see all that. Just make sure everything is level and even. Next, what you want to do is just come in and fold up the feet, and if those bonus wheels will just fold up behind. Kind of almost looks like, yeah, there we go. That wasn't as level as it could have been. Just make sure the hips are straight and all that. I don't have the problem with these sticking out as I did on Run Amok. Your mileage may vary. I think what it is, having handled both of these, Run Amok was molded in black and then painted, whereas Runabout here is just molded in black, I think. It's hard, sometimes it's hard to tell. Pull the chest down, flip the head in, bring that back up. Going to come up to the top side of the car. You want to pull back on this back piece and wiggle jiggle until that hinge comes forward. What will be the front windshield, bringing it down. Start unhinging this back panel enough just so you can flip the wheels out, and then bring it all the way back so it comes in snugly and tightly there. Next, what you want to do is bring the arms up on the double hinge, and then giving it a little bit of a transformer squeeze. You're going to peg the tab on the forearm into the front of the car, and then bring this panel forward. There are tabs that will on the windshield that will peg into what were the legs. Bring that down in the back, and surprisingly, this came together quite easily and nicely. Just a little adjustments here and there. Overall, I think this transforms to car mode a little bit easier than Runabout. Oh god, and I'm saying that as I have a problem with this front windshield staying down, which wasn't happening before. There, you know, it's one of these things where if you have one little thing off, but I think I got it. One thing I do notice is some of the gaps, because of the darker color scheme, aren't as noticeable. But like I said, overall, this does come together a little bit easier than Run Amok. Little schmutz there. I never noticed. Hope that's not new. But there you can see the bottom of the cars. The same type of positioning, all the same parts. There is no retooling to the car parts, just different paint job in terms of to give it that different look. Although the original toys did have that original, did have some alterations to the mode to give it a different, each car its own unique look. Just coming in here, pegging in the weapons. They roll, still rolls kind of nicely, although on the surface I'm using for my backdrop, it doesn't give it the traction, so it's more sliding than rolling. But yeah, great toy. I really like this mold. I didn't think I would. I thought it was going to be a little extra fiddly. And yes, you have to do a little transformer squeezing to get everything to come together, but it comes together. That's the important part, and it's not really frustrating. So yeah, I really dig it. So let's pause and come back with my final thoughts. There's really not much more I can say about Runabout that I haven't already said about Runamuck. I like the mold. I like it better in black. I think overall it looks better in black for the reasons that I mentioned, where you don't notice the natural gaps in the panels and stuff like that. And I just tend to prefer black. Now, someone else has mentioned the fact that this mold bears a strong resemblance to the Decepticon drones from the Devastation video game that was released a few years ago. So who knows, we might actually see a 2-pack of this mold released with the drone head somewhere down the line in Generation Selects. And I think that would be quite fine. Heck, you can give one of the guns and the other one the other gun, and I think that would work out pretty well. But yeah, that's about it for the review. If you enjoyed this review, please like, comment, and subscribe. While I always appreciate the views, liking, commenting, and subscribing tells YouTube and their magical algorithms that this video is something above and beyond and really should be promoted and exalted and held upon high. If you really want to help support my channel, I do have a Patreon. All I ask is $1 a month. No thrills, no tiers, no special benefits. All it is you helping me to keep the channel going a little and, work on some of the nuts and bolts behind the scenes stuff, like this new light box. Other than, if you do want to join my Patreon, it's www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. Link in the description below, little card here. Other than that, this is your old pal Chuck for Runabout. I think pretty much all that's left in terms now of exclusives is Thrust, so we'll see when that happens. But until then, I'll see you next time.